Welcome to Tesla Global, the home of the latest Tesla news. Today we look at Tesla taxis in New York City. Also we look at Tesla's plans for batteries, China scrutinized as Musk drops features. Let's get into the video. Revel to launch Tesla taxis in New York City after row with city regulators. Controversial scooter startup Revel plans to launch its fleet of Tesla taxis in Manhattan next week after a heated battle with New York City regulators. The service will launch next Monday and provide rides in 50 Model E Teslas in Manhattan south of 42nd Street. Revel, whose ubiquitous blue scooters drew controversy last year after a trio of fatal accidents in New York, is able to launch the service due to an apparent change of heart by New York's Taxi and Limousine Commission. Revel first announced plans for its Tesla taxi fleet in April under an exemption to the city's cap on for-hire vehicles, allowing new licenses for electric taxis. On June 22, however, the TLC threw a wrench into the company's plans when it issued an emergency rule change eliminating that exemption, a move that baffled observers including Tesla CEO Elon Musk. But because Revel had initially sent its Tesla taxi paperwork for TLC approval in March, months before the rule change, the TLC ultimately decided to approve the company's plan, a Revel spokesperson told the Post. The truth is we didn't know whether these licenses were going to be approved by the TLC, the spokesperson added. In a statement to the Post, TLC spokesperson Alan Fromberg said, Revel is currently operating 15 cars because they submitted and completed applications prior to the June 22 Commission meeting and vote. Asked if the company's assertion that it will have 50 cars on the road within 3 weeks is accurate, Fromberg added, the TLC cannot comment on applications that are in progress. Revel CEO Frank Rague had clashed with the TLC in June, accusing the agency of protecting Uber and Lyft's control over New York ride-sharing by imposing the electric vehicle cap. But in Monday's announcement, the CEO changed his tune. We'd like to thank Commissioner Jarmo Suk and the TLC for supporting New York City's climate goals, and working with us to get the city's first all-electric, all-employee-driven fleet on the road, he said. Demand for Revel's service has soared amid sky-high ride-share fares and a dire shortage of taxis, with 50,000 New Yorkers on a waitlist to use the service, the company said. As of Monday morning, 49 out of 50 of Revel's Model E Teslas had received plates, and at least 15 have already passed inspections, a Revel spokesperson said. The vehicles will be charged at Revel's Bed-Stuy charging facility, which the company opened in June. Revel expects at least 15 Teslas to be in service next Monday and all 50 to be on the streets within 3 weeks. The company says its Tesla taxi service, which uses full-time workers rather than contractors, is intended to be an ethical and eco-friendly competitor to Uber and Lyft, but both of those companies have tens of thousands of cars on the street each day. If Revel wants to scale up, the company will inevitably run into the TLC's electric vehicle cap that was imposed in June. TLC Chair Aloise Aradia Jarmo Suk has said Revel could put more electric rideshare vehicles on the streets if they purchase gas vehicles, take them out of service and replace them with Teslas, a suggestion Rague slammed as the very definition of limiting market competition. The plan was always to launch with a fleet of 50 cars, Revel's spokesperson said. Any expansion will require working in concert with the TLC. Tesla's plans for batteries, China scrutinized as Musk drops features. July 26, Reuters, Tesla Incorporated, TSLA. Weather the pandemic and supply chain crisis better than many of its rivals, achieving record deliveries last quarter. But Chief Executive Elon Musk faces pressure to deliver on breakthrough batteries and new factories and models, which are late. Those questions, demand in China and the financial effect of a Bitcoin sell-off will be high on investors' minds when the electric vehicle company publishes results Monday. Last September, Musk announced an ambitious plan to produce its own battery cells with a new design and manufacturing process. The larger, simpler to make batteries, in theory would have higher energy density and would extend ranges of current vehicles and let Tesla offer a $25,000 car in 3 years, sharpening its technology edge as rivals flood the market with EVs. But Musk last month pushed back the debut of 4680s by canceling the longest-range Model S Plaid Plus, which he had said would use the cells, sparking concern. He has said 4680s would go into volume production next year and would be used in the Model Y from the Texas factory under construction. Now, Tesla aims to produce vehicles with 4680 batteries starting with small volume this year and as yet unfinalized models, two people familiar with the matter told Reuters. One of the persons said Tesla will initially use batteries made at Tesla's pilot production line in California, adding that they are being tested in prototype vehicles. Tesla is also closely working with Panasonic, 6752.T, to develop 4,680 cells, he said. LG, another Tesla supplier, is working to produce 4,680 battery cells for Tesla by 2023, Reuters reported earlier. But it is not clear when Tesla will be able to mass produce the new batteries in Texas and Berlin, and it will be able to achieve all of the ambitious goals for batteries, industry officials said. It has required an immense amount of engineering to take Maxwell's proof of concept to high quality, volume production, and we're still not quite done, Musk said, referring to its dry battery electrode manufacturing process it is developing after acquiring Maxwell Model S Plaid. While rivals with larger production have regularly paused production over supply problems, Tesla has largely kept factories moving. It also cut some features and raised car prices, including a $4,000 hike of the long-range Model Y to $53,990 from April to late July. The move came as Tesla is bracing for a hit from its Bitcoin investments and falling sales of environmental credits to other carmakers, income sources that the company relies on to post quarterly profits. Tesla accelerated plans to drop a radar sensor from its driver assistance system because of a chip shortage, a person familiar with the matter said, and dropped adjustable lumbar support from its passenger seat. Not worth cost/mass for everyone when almost never used, Musk tweeted. Tesla adapts very quickly to what they need, said investor Ross Gerber, CEO of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management. I just don't see any huge catalyst, like, oh, they're gonna blow out their numbers this quarter, Gerber said. We are much more bullish for Q3 than Q2, said Gerber, expecting Tesla to ramp up production of the higher margin Model S Plaid. Shortly after the June launch, one of the high-end models burst into flames while the owner was driving. China. A roller coaster ride in China raised questions of political and competitive challenges in Tesla's second-largest market. Tesla's sales in China slumped in April amid negative publicity from consumer complaints, quality issues and regulatory pressure. Its sales rebounded in May and June, as Tesla launches quarter-end promotion campaign like loan offers, according to advertisements at showrooms. The automaker also this month introduced a cheaper version of the Model Y in China. China is the linchpin to the bull thesis, Tesla bull and Wedbush Securities analyst Daniel Ives said. You need to see a ramp in the second half of the year, he said. New batch of Tesla Model Y chassis spotted at Giga Berlin. Complex Tesla Model Y bodies were spotted at Giga Berlin over the weekend, hinting at the beginning of pre-production operations at the plant. Tesla Giga Berlin drone operator at GF4 Tesla spotted 9 Model Y bodies at the plant site. He also spotted 2 unopened boxes that might have contained more Tesla Model Y bodies. According to the Tesla enthusiast and others observing Giga Berlin, the Model Y bodies will help calibrate the machines in the factory for pre-production. About a day after the Model Y bodies were spotted, they disappeared from site. Presumably, they were brought into the building for pre-production operations. This should allow Tesla to test the assembly line and paint shop in Giga Berlin's Phase 1 facility. The Model Y bodies hint that Giga Berlin is not too far behind Gigafactory Texas, which plans to start Model Y pre-production tests this month. Giga Berlin seems to have installed most of the machines necessary for test production. The next step would be calibrating the machines and training the employees who will closely work on the local Model Y production line. Giga Berlin's main stopgap seems to be its final permit, which has not been approved by Brandenburg State Office for the Environment, FU, yet. However, Tesla remains hopeful that Model Y production in Giga Berlin can still start by year-end. At the last Tesla earnings call, Elon Musk teased that the Model Ys in Giga Berlin and Giga Texas would be slightly different from the cars made at the Fremont factory. Tesla aims to produce Model Ys featuring its structural battery pack with 4,680 cells and a front body cast at the new Gigafactories. We're also aiming to do a structural pack with 4,680 cells, which is a mass reduction and a cost reduction, but we're not counting on that as the only way to make things work. We have some backup plan with a non-structural pack and 2,170s essentially, Musk explained. But at a scale production, we obviously want to be using 4,680s and structural pack. From a physics standpoint, this is the best architecture, and from an economic standpoint, it is the lowest cost way to go, so the lightest, lowest cost, he said. Originally, Giga Berlin was supposed to start Model Y production in July, just in time to kick off local Q3 deliveries. Tesla still moved forward with Model Y deliveries this quarter, despite delays in Giga Berlin's operations. Recently, news broke that some Tesla Model Y crossovers have already arrived in Europe. Do you think Tesla will dominate the electric vehicle market for the next 100 years? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, and if you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe? Thanks for watching the video.